Hello, and thank you for stopping by. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when new videos arrive. I want to talk to you about the Delta variant of the coronavirus. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because we just went through the coronavirus over the last year and year and a half. And every year, it seems like there's going to be a new variant of the COVID vaccine or the COVID virus, and that they will have a new vaccine that we need to take. Now, I have tried to find information about this. I've gotten on Google. Google will not tell you what you're looking for unless it's what they want you to look for. If you ask the right questions that Google likes, Google will show you all of her wares. But if it's something that Google doesn't want you to see, then it will not show you that. It will steer you toward the official story. Now, I was asking Google earlier today if the virus is real, if the Delta variant is real. Is there any proof that the Delta variant could not be real? And it's all brought me to everything that says that it's real. So now we just have to trust that the official story is the official story. I'm not down on Trump, but Trump did kind of muddy the water as of recent. So what's real and what's not real? If you have people out there saying that the Delta variant is not real and that it's just something that the government made up to keep us under wraps longer, and say that was the official story, unofficially, but the government doesn't want us to know that officially, so who do we believe? The CDC is going to tell us that the Delta variant is there. And even before the coronavirus was curbed with the vaccine, they seem to have wanted us to believe that another virus would be coming out next year. It's like, yeah, every year the Delta variant, or every year a new virus is going to come out, okay? Now, upon hearing that, it makes me wonder, is this new virus real? I tried getting information about people that got the flu and pneumonia last year. I was unable to find any information about that. Usually you can call and there's a place that you can call and they'll tell you, a percentage of the deaths in America. Well, it says here, I'm reading from Reuters or Rutgers, and it says, fact check, Delta variant did not come from the COVID-19 vaccine. Well, that's what they want you to believe. When they say they're fact checking it, and then they tell you it did not, it's possible that it may not have, but it's also possible that it may have. Now, I'm not a guy that's against people getting a vaccine. If you want to get a vaccine, that's on you. It's your choice. But personally, I have not been vaccinated since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I got vaccinated for the flu and things like that. But since I've been an adult, I'm 55 years old, and I hardly ever get sick. Now, I'm not tempting the fates, and I'm not tempting God or any of that nature, but I believe personally that you get sick from the vaccines. It breaks your immune system down. Your body automatically knows how to fight off a virus, how to fight off a cold, and various things like that. Your body fights off a headache. Well, you take an aspirin, right, for your headache. And then all of a sudden, your body sees all that and stores it. And then about 45 minutes later, it realizes that it's there to help, and it releases the medication and it helps. Unless you have it go directly into your bloodstream, then that's different. It bypasses your body's natural ability to fight itself. When I get a headache, it's usually gone in like 45 minutes. If it's a big, massive headache. If it's a small headache, it can go away in like 15 to 20 minutes. So I don't take medication for a headache. But there's people that do, and I'm not down on you for that. You have your way of dealing with yourself. I have my way of dealing with myself. But it says here, posts sharing the belief that the Delta variant of the virus that causes COVID-19 comes from the vaccine are false. Now, how do we know they're false? How do we know that their fact checking is actual fact checking and not just what the federal government wants them to say or Big Pharma wants them to say? How do we know that? An example of a post on social media making this claim can be seen here, captioned, "Create the problem and sell the solution." Now, I kind of believed that for a good while. I thought, okay, the vaccine came out really quickly. Normally it takes years to figure out a vaccine to fight off something. Well, the virus came in 2019. And the virus came, and within less than a year, they have a vaccine for it. Okay, now, I know that in Wuhan, China, they have a large laboratory there. And in that laboratory, they create viruses throughout the world. They create viruses, and then they figure out vaccines for that virus, so that way they can figure out an antidote to the problem that they've created. And they do that on purpose because that's their job. They do that, and we don't need to know about that. But they've probably created stuff that could possibly happen, and then they've got a solution for it already, because if it happens, they can go ahead and bring out the solution. Well, I believe that they created the virus, and then they had the solution for the virus, but they could not bring the solution out right away because it would make it look suspicious. It would make it look like they had created the virus on purpose so they could release it into the public, and then they could have a vaccine come out. And yes, because of the blowback, they had to release the vaccine for free this time. Now, supposing the coronavirus comes back every year, well, eventually it's going to be sold through your insurance company. And they're going to have medicine that you can buy over the counter. And they're going to have medicine that can be prescribed from your doctor. And all of that's going to be money in their pocket. Now, that's just me speculating. I have no proof of this. So if you take this out of context, it's on you. So the COVID-19 variants do not derive from the vaccine. The vaccine cannot replicate the virus. Now, my question to you is, how did they know that there was going to be an offshoot of the coronavirus? How did they know there was going to be another virus from that? They started talking about it way back when the virus was first talked about. They started talking about it after it rooted itself into the public. And where did it start? Well, the first known cases that we were told about were in Seattle at a nursing home, affecting the senior citizens there that were very weak, and some of those senior citizens died. That was bad. It was. But they were sort of like test guinea pigs to see how the rest of America would work. Then once that happened, it had to spread. And you could not just make it America. Supposing America was the only country on this planet that got the coronavirus. Supposing America was the only country that got the coronavirus. Would that look suspicious? It's like, here we are, countless people dying from the coronavirus, but nobody else in the world is. Well, you spread it around a little bit so it doesn't look quite so obvious. It says here the vaccine cannot replicate the virus. Guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention explaining how the mRNA vaccines only provide instructions to the cells in the human body on how to make a spike protein is visible here. Now, if it can do that, it can also tell your body that we're introducing something to your system that is not something that you normally have in your system, and your body will try to fight it off. Whereas the vaccine will overpower your body's natural ability to heal itself. Delta is one of 4 variants of the new coronaviruses, creating concern in the United States. How do they know about this? How do they know that it's one of 4? We have a brain, people. God put that brain between our ears, not just to hold our head apart or to rest a hat on. God gave us a brain and the ability to think. Now, I'm going by what the official story says, and this is the official story, and it's sounding a little unofficial to me. The Delta variant, also called the B1.617, B-1-617-2, Delta originated in India and was identified in the United States in March of 2021. Okay, they're saying it started in India. How do they know that? According to the Virginia Department of Health, the virus can survive on its own with a host once inside a new host. The virus can replicate and make copies. In the replication stage, the mistakes can happen when the copies do not come out exactly like the parent virus. Those mistakes are called mutations. The new mutations or variations or variants can change how infectious the virus is and how the human immune system responds to the virus. Okay, well, if that's true, then that means that there's going to be a never-ending amount of viruses that'll happen from this, and it's going to just keep bringing out viruses, and year after year after year, everybody's going to get sick, and the federal government's going to have us locked down, and before you know it, all our freedom that we think we have will be gone. I'm not saying don't be cautious. I'm not saying do not be careful. I'm saying proceed with caution, proceed carefully, and think for yourselves. I'm going to let you go on that. What do you think? Do you believe that the new virus is real, the variant? Do you think that it's being blown out of proportion? I don't care if you're anti-government or you're pro-government. I don't care if you're anti-Trump or pro-Trump, pro-Biden, anti-Biden. Whatever you think about this new variant, this new variant of the virus, put it in the comments below. Also, if you want to give me a thumbs up and a like, please do that. If you want to hit the subscribe button, do that as well. And hit the notification so you can be told when new videos arrive. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I haven't been feeling too good, but I'm kind of back on track now. If you have an idea for a better video or you think my channel should go in a different direction, please put that in the comments as well. I'm going to let you go with this last word. Make tomorrow better than yesterday by doing the very best we can today. Have a good afternoon, America, and all points beyond.